All right, what's up guys? So you want to be a VTuber in 2024? Well, you came to the right place. I have a video prepared just for you. You need to find out why. Why do you want to do this? Is it to have fun? Just want to hang out with friends? Whatever it is, that's the thing that pushes you to keep going, even if it's harder. If it's the idea of making this a full-time job, which, you know, I feel like for most it probably is. You don't do this in the hopes no one will see it and, you know, you can't make money off of it. But that's like the thing that pushes you to continue, even though it's might get hard sometimes. I know one of the things that led me here is I didn't want to show my face. VTubing is, you know, something you can do where you don't show your face, but you can still have fun with friends. I thought that was kind of cool. It's also exciting because it's a new thing and you can make money from it. That's kind of nice. I like money. You probably like money if I had to guess. Yeah, so you got to find what led you here and keep that pushing. All right, so what you need. Now I've got two things laid out here. I have a budget option and I have a non-budget option, which are the more expensive things. You don't even need the things on the budget option, honestly. If you have things that work for you, that is all you need. I did make a note, work with whatever your budget allows. Don't spend money that you don't need to spend. If you have the means to do something, you know, a bit fancier, go for it if you want to, but you absolutely do not need it. So for the budget option, we got the Elgota Wave 3. That is going to cost you around $150. I've used that. It's pretty good. It's pretty easy to use. I would recommend if you have no mic. Second, we have our headphones, the HyperCloud 2 or the HyperCloud 3. The 2 will run you $80 and the HyperCloud 3 will run you around $100. They're pretty light. They both are the price range that I told you is for a corded one, and that does come with a mic as well that attaches to the headphone. So if you wanted to skip the Elgota Wave, you could do that. They're pretty good. Also, if you're streaming for a long time, you know, having something lighter that you can wear for a long time, you know, it would be good. And 2D PNG models. So I got this model that you see here on Fiverr for around $130. They kind of range. I also saw you can get them on Twitter. I didn't do that though. And these can kind of range from, you know, $150 to around $300 or so. But if you really want to go the budget option and you're somewhat artistically inclined, you can try to do it yourself. I am not at all, so I just paid for mine. But that is an option. There's a ton of YouTube videos. You can totally do it yourself, or just not have any model and just have, like, you know, the PNG. So that's an option. Now for the more expensive things, like I said, you don't need these, but they're here if you know, if you need to upgrade or if you're interested. So currently I'm working with the Samson Q9U and it's what I've been using. I like it. I think it sounds great, but again, it is more expensive, around $200. You know, if you got the budget for it, cool. Not cool, use what you can. For headphones, I am currently using the Sony WH-1000X M4. I have the M5 listed because that's the newer one, but I've been using the M4 for, I don't know, 2 years now, and they are amazing. I use them for everything, from watching YouTube, movies, gaming, everything, and they're awesome. They have sound canceling, probably the best headphones I've ever gotten. They are expensive. The M4 will run you around $230 now, and the M5 is around $330. Like I said, they are pricey, but if you needed headphones anyways and you need good, reliable headphones, I would definitely suggest maybe the M4s instead of the M5s. $330 for a pair of headphones is a lot. And a 3D model commissioned on Fiverr or Twitter. This can range insanely. I've seen you can get them as low as $300, but again, you're paying for the quality, all the way up to, I've seen thousands. You absolutely don't need these, especially if you're just starting off, but it is something that you can build to. Yeah, so there's your budget, non-budget, work with what you can. And now I have the basics. So These are basic things that you kind of have to get in order to start your streams or YouTube videos or whatever it is. So an extended iPhone cord, or cord in general, if you have a Samsung or Android or whatever it is, cord that you can hook up to your phone and connect to Vtuber Studio on your phone and on your PC. I think there is a way to do it through the iPhone or through Wi-Fi, but this is the way I use it. And you know, that's $10. Phone stand, $15. You need it because you can prop it up on other stuff, but I found it more handy, especially since the phone needs to be elevated quite a bit. A microphone stand. If you have a stand that just sits on the desk, for me, it gets in the way when I game. So I kind of like it elevated where it's kind of out of the way. This can range quite a bit from like $20 up to around $100. You don't need anything fancy, but I would suggest a like hanging mic kind of stand that connects to your desk. And these are kind of non-negotiables that you have to get. So Vtuber Studio, you can get that on Steam. You will probably need to get the more premium version of it, which to remove the watermark, it's $15. And if you want to do like a multiplayer collab, is another $20. You only have to pay it once, and then you're good to use the whole thing. So in total, it's around $35, and you have full access to do all this with your VTuber. Another one is the OBS software. It's called OBS, and that is what you stream with, and that is what you can record videos with. There's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to use it and all that. I'm not going to go into that here, but just know you will need that in order to put out your streams and videos and all that. Now some extras: cable management, an Ethernet cable, and a plushie. You don't need these. I have these. I hate cables everywhere. The Ethernet cable just makes your internet a little bit faster for when you're streaming and gaming and that kind of thing. And a plushie for when your games are going kind of slow and you need something to do with your hands. I have a little squishy waffle right next to me, and you know, those are your basics and extras and you know, all that stuff. I will have all of these listed in the description if you want to go check them out, but you shouldn't need anything else. I try to make this list with everything, so there shouldn't be anything. And if there is something that I missed, feel free to add it in the comments so it can help out some other people. All right, so next we have our schedule. You need to think of when you're going to schedule things out. Do whatever you think you can stay consistent with. Don't put out that you're going to, you know, stream every single day if you can't realistically do that. If you can't do it in a month, if you can't do it in 2 months, or you're going to burn out, you know, do what you're capable of. Shoot for the same times every week. To have audience come back and expect something. People are like creatures of habit. If they expect it every Friday, they're more likely to keep coming back. Don't set unrealistic expectations for yourself. Just know when you put out a video, it's probably not gonna, you know, kill it. It might. Who knows? I don't know. It might, but most likely it's not. And don't set yourself up for failure thinking that, you know, you're gonna put something out and immediately it's gonna hit. Probably won't. It takes time. It takes, you know, persistence. You got to keep doing it and it'll come. How long? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. But eventually it'll come. Also know your videos are a reflection of you. When most people come to see your videos, it's going to be for the first time, especially when you start off. So you want that video that they're seeing to represent you well. Don't throw out some, you know, some shitty thing that's not going to represent you well. That kind of goes with understand quality over quantity. If you can't put out, you know, a ton of really quality content, scale it back. Put out, you know, 1 video a week. That's I had to learn this too. I'm putting out a video every Friday now. I can make a bit more quality rather than quantity. And then as you scale, maybe you can add more and, you know, and keep up that quality. But to begin with, you just put the video out and you'll be fine. All right, and the most important part, I think this is the most important part out of any of these tips, anything you can get, like, you just got to do it. Just do it. You might be like me and you might have waited and like watched a ton of YouTube videos. You just got to post that first video. Once you get over the hump of taking the first step, it gets easier as you go. And you kind of have to understand that your first video is probably going to be shit. It's not, you're not going to put out just this beautiful piece of art. You might, I should step back. You could put out some good stuff. You could. But most likely in a year from now or so, when you look back, if you've grown, you'll look back and be like, oh, I can't believe I did that, or I put that video out. But that's part of growing. In order to get to that 1 year mark, you have to take that first step and put that first video out. And honestly, I think that is the most important part of this whole video. Not letting the perfection that you might have stop you from putting out that first video. And that is it. That is my video on becoming a VTuber in 2024. If you got any more suggestions that could help anyone, please leave them in the comments. If you need any of the gear that I mentioned, it's going to be in the description. Thank y'all. Bye.